Test, test, test. Hello and welcome to this varsity soccer matchup between St. Christopher's and Gonzaga. I'm Edison Palumbi alongside Leopold Kobal, and we are going to be kicking things off in just a few minutes. These two teams met last year early in the season. That one was up in D.C. at Gonzaga. It ended in a 0-0 draw. St. Christopher's opened their season on Tuesday with a 4-2 win over Christ Church. So they will look to keep the momentum going against a very strong Gonzaga team. We are almost ready for kickoff now as the two teams will go line up. As I mentioned earlier, St. Christopher's opened their season with a 4-2 win on Tuesday. The attack looked great, but the defense left some to be desired. Their defensive structure was not great, especially on the counterattacks. They were very vulnerable sometimes, so we'll see what adjustments they've had in the past 48 hours, as they have a tough test here to start off their season.
That's a great point you make there, Edison, with the defense on the counterattacks. It always managed to happen with the aggression from the two center backs, Evan Broughton and Steven Bashara, but let's hope they've changed it throughout the week.
Steven was all Metro at left back this year, but he's going to be starting at center back as the Saints have shifted from more of a 3 at the back to a 4 at the back. It's going to be whistled for an offsides. As the long ball a bit overcooked, and it'll be claimed by Colin Crow. The Saints changing up the shape from what we saw on Tuesday, as they had a more traditional 4-3-3 here, but tonight it looks like a 4-4-2-1. Excuse me, no, that would be too many players. Looks like about a 4-5-1 with Luke Ryan up top.
It's very interesting. They've went from the two center defensive midfielders with Sutton Olsen and Max, and went to adding in Lucas Gordonier to Chase Bierland's center attacking midfielder position.
Yeah, I do think having the double pivot could play into their favor, as they struggled a lot with only the lone 6 last game, with only having 3 defenders really back in the middle of the field. As some physical play out there by midfield, that's going to be out of bounds off the Eagles. Here's Carson Stalker. He scored for the Saints on Tuesday. Took advantage of a bit of defensive miscommunication from Christchurch and scored what might be the easiest goal of his life, as he just tapped it in to the back of the net. As here's a cross in, and it'll be cleared away. Chase Bierland, the one who just put that cross in, he scored the 4th goal of the night to make it 4-2, as goes down there. Thomas Gabai, the senior captain. That's a beautiful ball over the top. Charles Waller. And a promising attack proves fruitless.
I don't know about you, Edison, but I think St. Christopher's got lucky there a bit. That could have been an easy chip for Gonzaga attack. And just went over Ben Smith, but luckily it did not happen that way.
And that's not the best of headers there from Benjamin Feinberg. Luckily, it does fall to Gonzaga, but he kind of just headed it straight up in the area of their own goal. Here is Waller, and tried to get it over to Ivan Hughes, but was intercepted by Carson Stalker, but then immediately won back by Gonzaga. The Saints having some trouble keeping possession early. And that could be a disaster for the Saints as it's given away in their own third, but that's a beautiful tackle from Tyler Overstreet. They're going to say it's off Gonzaga, so what could have been a throw will end up with the Saints. As Smith will clear it out. Here's Stalker. Pass a little bit overshot by Gardner Kaufman, but Stalker fighting for it. He'll win it back. There's Chase Bjorlin now. Couldn't overcome two defenders. Gonzaga going to look to counter. Noah Winder into Waller, and that's going to be deflected off of Ben Smith into the goal. And quickly Gonzaga gets out to a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, that is very sad for St. Christopher's. I thought Ben Smith had that easily, but just a missed block slightly, got only half of his hand, and that would be a goal.
So 1-0 lead for Gonzaga. As it'll be cleared out. As Luke Ryan has nowhere to go with it. Once again, the Saints struggling to hold on to the ball. And that's some good press by the Saints as they're going to win it back in Gonzaga's final third. Is here Sutton Olsen. Back to Evan Broughton. And he needs to be careful now. And Olsen's pass is going to be deflected. And here's another chance for Gonzaga on the counter. It's Ivan Hughes' shot. And falls right into the arms of Ben Smith. Bit of a wasted opportunity there as that was looking much more dangerous than it ended up being. As Colin Crow will send it deep. And once again, Gonzaga looking threatening. There's Noah Winder's shot. It's not exactly how he envisioned that, as it's going to end up in the street. As some subs come on for the Saints. It'll be Cade Cox on for Luke Ryan and Max Mumford on for Sutton Olsen. As the header goes straight up. It's going to fall to the Saints. Jack Bleacher has it momentarily. Carson Stalker now gets around one man, but has it taken away. As Bleacher throws a shoulder in there, trying to win it back. Gonzaga effortlessly breaking the Saints' press. And that pass goes a bit awry. But then Bashara clears it right to Isaac Forger. Eric Casey's cross will be fielded by Charles Waller. Ivan Hughes now, he sends the ball in. Ben Smith comes well out of his goal to claim it. As the long ball from Smith, I think it might have taken a deflection, but the refs did not see it the same way. Is Bashara going to win it back from Eric Carey? And that's not a great pass from Smith as it falls right to Gonzaga, but the Saints do a good job to reconvene and make them send it back out. And now this is going to be a corner. Thomas Gabai to take the corner. And he sends it in. It'll be cleared out by Mumford, but it falls to Benjamin Feinberg, and he launches it over the goal. Smith sending it long again, but the Saints just can't come up with any of these headers. But that is not a good clearance there from Gonzaga, as Cade Cox is going to put some pressure. But once again, really nice work from the Eagles. Here's Ivan Hughes, squares it across, and the shot, and it's 2-0 Gonzaga, but the flag is up.
If that goal was counted, that would have looked bad for St. Chris there.
Yeah.
2 goals, first 10 minutes of the game is not what you want for the momentum for the second game of the season.
For a moment, it looked like Isaac Forger had made it 2-0, but luckily for the Saints, the offsides flag did come up, and Cade Cox will have it knocked away. They try to send the throw straight in the box. It falls to Max Mumford, who flicks it over to Cox. Cade Cox sets up to cross, and it'll be blocked. Throw for St. Christopher's. Overstreet throws it in, but it'll be cleared away momentarily. Max Mumford and Overstreet gets it over to Cade Cox. He's going to look for some space. Another man comes, and Cox will send it off of him for yet another throw. As try to find Jack Bleacher, but it falls to Lucas Gordonier. And Chase Bierlin has it taken away, and now Gonzaga looking to counter, but that's snuffed out by Max Mumford. His shot, and what a save by Colin Crow.
That shot looked pretty similar to what happened a couple days ago.
That's exactly what I thought. On Tuesday, Max Mumford put a shot from out of the box into the top right corner. He tried to do it again right now, but a miraculous save from Colin Crow to keep it at 1-0. corner, in swinging. It'll be cleared out. And both teams whiff on it, but it falls now to Eric Carey, and he's going to look to run. And did a bit too much running, it looks like, as he runs into a sea of Saints defenders, but then they give it right back. And now it's knocked away.
Another kick.
As Ben Smith will send it long once again. Max Mumford wins the header, but it'll be cleared away. Some dispute going on about the scoreboard right now. I was under the impression Gonzaga scored in about the 5th minute. I know their goal in the 10th minute was waved off for offsides, but I believe, yeah, they kicked off from midfield after the goal in the 5th minute, so it should say 1-0 up on the scoreboard. As Smith sends it long, it's Carson Stalker. Takes a bit too heavy of a touch, and it'll be out. It's a very impressive throw as they get it to Charles Waller, who gets by his man. That's a great tackle there. Evan Broughton gets a foot in, but see what the decision is, and comes in as a corner. And corner sent short. They'll send it back, and that's a great tackle there. And another long throw. That's going to fall right into the St. Christopher's box. As I believe it was, I'm not sure who that was that just slipped, but it'll stay with Gonzaga. Mumford getting physical, and he does a great job there. He pushed Thomas Gabai away from the ball, but also didn't do enough to warrant a corner, or excuse me, a penalty. As Smith once again sends it long. And the Saints press working pretty well so far. Thomas Gabai over to Ivan Hughes, and he gets by Stalker. Ari Lubinsky, Benjamin Feinberg. Julian Antizana gets past his man, but mishit the cross. It'll be out. There's some more subs for the Saints. Avi Gupta and Sutton Olsen come on. To be Stalker and Gordonier coming off. Once again, the Saints cannot get on the end of one of Smith's long balls. And that's a really good ball right there. But great work from Overstreet to put himself in between the man and the ball, and it'll go out for a throw. And That throw is deflected out, so it'll be another throw about 20 or 30 yards further down the field. Here's Olison. Gets it over to Mason Groom, who has it knocked away. Mason Groom and Beckett Scallion, the two freshmen on this team. As Overstreet throws it in. Jack Bleacher goes down in the box. And no penalty will be awarded. Looked like a lot of contact there. As here is Max Mumford, has it knocked away, but it falls right to Broughton. And be sent up in the air by Gonzaga. It'll fall to Chase Bierlin now. Bierlin tries to dribble through two, gets it over to Bleacher. Jack Bleacher tried to get it into Groom, but the pass intercepted. Groom does end up with it. Mason Groom can't get by his man. And a bit of an unforced error there as Benjamin Feinberg sends it out. That's going to be deflected off of Mumford for a Gonzaga throw. And a bit too heavy of a touch there from Eric Carey, and Gonzaga gives it away. Luke Ryan comes back on for the Saints. It'll be another throw for St. Christopher's. That'll be cleared away as Gonzaga going to look to counter, but that'll be snuffed out quickly as Avi Gupta intercepts it, but can't put in the good through ball. Ball loose at about midfield, and it'll just be sent away towards the Saints half, where Ben Smith claims it. Sends it deep, looking for Ryan, but once again, just overshot it a bit as it falls into the arms of Colin Crow. Kaufman wins the header, but can't get it to Avi Gupta, intercepted by Ivan Hughes, who's dribbling through the entire Saints midfield right now. Finally has it knocked away, but a foul will be given. Benjamin Feinberg over to Julian Antezana, who gets by Bleacher, sends it into the middle, and finds Ari Lubinski, and his shot going to be blocked by that's Gardner Kaufman. Gonzaga controlled much more of the ball than the Saints, and they've been the more threatening team as the Saints look to go on the counter here. It's Mason Groom. 2-on-3. Groom tries to get it over to Luke Ryan, but the pass going to be knocked away. They send it towards the middle, and Gardner Kaufman will momentarily clear it away. Bit of miscommunication there from the Eagles, but they will win it back. Eric Carey, and for Waller, has it knocked away. It falls to Thomas Gabby. Slicing through defenders. It's going to be knocked away by Smith. A great save. And Luca Lamarzi was there for the rebound, but couldn't connect with it. The Saints catch a break, as that could have been 2. And that long ball going to be out for a goal kick.
Yeah, you can really see here that the Eagles are really finding those long through balls to their attack, and the Saints aren't really contending against it right now, always mainly through luck, having the good end. So let's see if Coach Wood can change this during the half or even throughout the game.
As Smith once again sends it deep. And once again, the header won by Gonzaga. Send it over to Luca Lamarzi. And finally, the ball will rest with Gonzaga. Hughes. Over to Gabby. Benjamin Feinberg now. It's a great pass there, as Gonzaga had something going, but Smith does a good job in goal. Smith looking for Luke Ryan this time, and another header won by Gonzaga, and they're going to look to counter here. Ivan Hughes tries to get it in. Smith well out of his goal, and that's a great clearance there. As if Evan Broughton hadn't put that challenge in, it would have almost certainly been 2-0 for Gonzaga. Once again, Gonzaga getting it back off a long ball. Saints might need to look to switch things up sooner rather than later, as it's just not been successful. As Gonzaga will send it back to Colin Crow. Antizana. Go to Thomas Gabby now. And Eric Carey couldn't control that pass, but it'll end up with Gonzaga soon enough. That's a great, nice long ball over the top, but Smith will get out there after some nice work from Broughton to separate his man from the ball. Max Mumford got it from Smith, went into some trouble. Luckily, he manages to get it away. And another long ball. And Groom trying to chase it down near the touchline. And the Saints will regain possession. Nice work there from Overstreet. He's under some pressure now. Gets it over to Olsen. And he's staying with the Saints. As that throw will be cleared out, and another throw for the Saints in almost exactly the same spot. Overstreet gets it to Groom, who has it taken away from him, and Gonzaga once again going to look to counter. Waller tries to send it into Ivan Hughes, and he's going to win it. Hughes, and that's some nice work from Broughton, but then he gives it away, and Ivan Hughes is going to make it 2-0. Momentarily, it looked like Evan Broughton had made a great defensive play, but then he gives it away, and Gonzaga going to double their lead. It's 2-0 now.
You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Two goals, not even in the first half, is complete. Let's hope that St. Chris can at least get one in this half and try to come back in the next.
As Broughton will send it long now. And Gordonier gets a foot on the clearance. Saints just haven't looked comfortable in possession at all. Whenever they've had it, they've been rushed by Gonzaga's press. And their press just hasn't been as effective as the Eagles. As Smith finally gets away from the long ball and gives it over to Steven Bashara, but then his long ball overshot. Nice work from Groom and Ryan, as they are going to force a clearance that ends in a Saints throw. As the throw will be whistled to Gonzaga. Here's Gordonier, sends it through. And here's a good look for the Saints. It's Cox, his shot, and a save from Colin Crow. Nice work from Chase Bjerlin and Lucas Gordonier to set up the shot. And not a bad effort from Cade Cox. And here's another look on the counter for Gonzaga. And that shot goes just wide from Braden Meeker. Within inches of making it 3-0. As Smith once again sends it long. Almost had Cade Cox, but he couldn't control it, although Thomas Gabby does clear it out for another throw for the Saints. He finds Mumford. Max Mumford over to Overstreet. Tyler Overstreet looking for a cross, cuts it back, has it knocked away. Around the touchline, he'll find Stalker. Carson Stalker gliding by his man, sets up Mumford, his shot over the bar. Probably the most fluid attack of the night for the Saints right there. As for the first time really all match, it looked like they were the ones in control when they had the ball. As Gordonier fighting for it. And the Saints are going to come away with possession, at least for the moment, as it'll be cleared away by Gonzaga. And Broughton will send it long, looking for Luke Ryan. And Ryan can't take the correct touch. And Ivan Hughes unmarked down that left side. He'll dance with Evan Broughton. Hughes sends it back to Charles Waller. Waller creating some space. He'll send in a cross. And the flag goes up. Offsides. Yet another long ball from the Saints. This one's going to fall out just outside of the box. Carson Stalker now in for Luke Ryan. He's through on goal, and Luke Ryan pulls one back. Assisted by Carson Stalker, and the senior opens the scoring for the Saints as now it's 2-1.
That is exactly what they needed right there. They got still some time extra to maybe sneak another goal in to make it even, but exactly the momentum stride they need for this game right now.
A great run by Ryan as he just managed to stay on sides. So after that goal from Luke Ryan, score back to 2-1. The Saints right back in this match. And the key for them is getting to the half, not conceding another, as that would just feel like a massive blow after getting back in the match here. Hughes has it knocked away by Stalker, but it will fall right back to the Eagles. Montezana's long ball just manages to stay in. And Ivan Hughes going to fight with Overstreet, tries to dribble through two defenders, but Steven Bashara gets there and gets it over to Carson Stalker. And Stalker will give it away, though, and a foul will be given.
That's why I call some no-nonsense defending.
He didn't let him through, which, at the end of the day, they're not going to score a goal because of a foul. So even though it was a somewhat dangerous challenge from Overstreet, the refs will keep the yellow card in their pocket. I'm sure he's grateful for that. They will send in the free kick. Loose out in front of goal. Did that go in? They're going to blow. They're going to say it did not go at the moment, and Steven Bashara clears it out. Somehow the Saints keep it off the board. Gonzaga within inches of making it a third. The Saints counting their lucky stars as they're going to give a handball against Overstreet. Free kick taken from just outside the box. And they whip it in, and nice work from Smith as he knocks that cross away. And it will be a corner now for Gonzaga. Cross sent in. It'll be cleared out, and Waller will end up on the end of it. And that'll be out and stay with Gonzaga, as just about 5 minutes to go in this first half. And the battle for it will be taken by Gonzaga. And nice work on the press from the Saints as they're going to look to counter. And the through ball to Bleacher, just long, but the Saints will win a throw in pretty good territory out of it as Sutton Olsen comes on. Overstreet once again the one throwing it in. He tries to get it to Jack Bleacher and bounces over his head, cleared out. But Olsen will get on the end of the clearance and gives it to Bashara. Flicks it forward in the direction of Overstreet. Gonzaga doing a very good job at dealing with the Saints press. And once again, that's a great ball. Here's Charles Waller. Antizana. Benjamin Feinberg. And miss hits the cross, but it's temporarily still falls to Gonzaga. And they will whistle Feinberg for a foul. And they're going to call out Robin Eldridge after that challenge. I believe that is Chase Bjurlin.
I believe he got something in the back of his left leg, maybe
Yeah.
a hamstring, maybe something. I have no clue, but it did not look good. He stayed on the ground, so that's never a good sign.
Yeah. Gonzaga going back to their bench. And Bjurlin's still down. So after the delay, ready to kick things off again as Chase Bjurlin was carted off. We hope he's okay. Took a pretty nasty challenge to the back of his left leg. Not sure exactly how much time will be added on, but likely at least 5 minutes based off that stoppage that just occurred. And we kick things off once again as Smith sends it long. And it'll fall to Jack Bleacher, tries to get it to Mason Groom, but it will be cleared out. And the refs might have just missed a handball that could prove costly for the Saints. As here's Waller and his pass, and it'll be 3-1. Gonzaga gets the lead, back to 2 goals right before the break.
Not what you want to see right there. In extra time as well in first half. But let's hope the Saints can bring it back.
And 3-1 Gonzaga now as the Saints need an answer before the break. As Cade Cox has it taken away, Olsen manages to get it over to Bleacher, who heads it to Mason Groom. Groom trying to find some space, sends it back to Overstreet. And back to Groom, the flag goes up. Gonzaga looking to go quickly, maybe too quickly, as that was near disaster, but they do manage to get it away. As Kaufman comes up with it there. Now he goes down, and they'll give a foul. Free kick for St. Christopher's. Kaufman sends it long, looking for Bleacher and Gordonier, as it'll fall to Cade Cox. Cox sends in a cross, but it'll go right to Colin Crow. Gonzaga looking to make it a 4th before the half. Here is Charles Waller. Ivan Hughes, and Gardner Kaufman puts in a late slide. He is very lucky no penalty was given. They're going to say the offsides came in just before, but would have likely been a foul and a penalty. As Smith sends it long. And they're going to whistle for a foul on Bleacher. And this is a great run here, and nearly a 4th for Gonzaga as Braden Meeker getting by almost everyone on the Saints defense. as Smith picks out a nice pass and finds Cade Cox, but he can't get a great touch on it, and Ivan Hughes will win it back. Waller over to Antizana. It's crucial for the Saints that they don't allow another before the half. 2 goals is doable, but a 3-goal comeback against a team as good as Gonzaga would be a very tough ask. Antizana over to Feinberg. He sends it into the box. It'll be cleared away, and Gordonier was looking to run, but let the ball go a bit too far. Antizana in for Waller. And his shot saved by Ben Smith. Was going for that top right corner. As here's Gordonier over to Sutton Olsen. Sends it back to Overstreet. And Groom can't get a touch on it. And a throw for St. Christopher's. As Cade Cox will be shown a yellow.
I don't know if that's really, that's unexpected. That's
He must have
very, very late yellow card.
He must have said something. There's
the referee was pointing back to his incident with Ivan Hughes, number 11.
Wow.
Captain for the Eagles, so that was a very late card.
As Bleacher wrestled down in the box, and they're going to give a free kick just outside the box. As Anthony Kozic, a bit of an over-aggressive tackle there on Olsen. It'll be Max Mumford standing over it, and this would be crucial for the Saints. As in all likelihood, this is their last attack of the first half. Mumford sends it in. Bleacher almost on the end of it, and Bashara had a look on goal but couldn't control it. And that will do it for the first half. Gonzaga has a 3-1 lead going into the break. We'll see you in 15 minutes.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Hello and welcome back. St. Christopher's goes into the half down 3-1. Had some unfortunate goals come up for them. One could have certainly been disallowed because of a potential handball. Another one just an unfortunate bounce off of a touch from a defender. So we'll see how they respond. So Dougie Boardman will be in goal for this half for the Saints. Nothing to do with Ben Smith's performance. This is something they do every game. So it'll be Gonzaga kicking it off to start the second half. And We are off. 45 minutes to go. Saints down 2 goals. And nice work there from Sutton Olsen. Gets it to Max Mumford. A nice turn over to Evan Broughton, who takes a heavy touch. And that's going to be deflected by Noah Winder. And he's going to come away with it. Broughton fighting to get it back as Winder goes through the legs of Cade Cox, and it'll just be cleared away by Bashara. A throw for Gonzaga coming up. As they're going to send it into the box towards Charles Waller. Takes the touch off his chest. And the shot right into the chest of Dougie Boardman. Isaac Forger hit it hard, but that's all it was. As Cox and Groom play a nice 1-2 game. But Cox can't come away with it, and it'll be cleared out for a throw. No, it will be a corner, in fact. In swinging corner, looking for Jack Bleacher. It'll be headed away and recovered by Gonzaga as they look to counter now. Here's Charles Waller. He leaves it off. Isaac Forjar sends it in. No one on the other end. And Boardman slips. Luckily for the Saints, they do manage to avoid any immediate danger, but Gonzaga does come away with it. Forger sends it back to Ivan Hughes, sends it in, headed away. It falls, and it'll be cleared away, and a foul given. They're going to get Ari Lubinski. I guess they'll say he pushed down Stephen Bashara. Long ball for Groom. Going to be off target. They'll send it long again, looking for Ivan Hughes. But nice work from the Saints as they'll win it back. And a nice touch by Max Mumford, but his pass goes a bit awry. Hughes goes right at Broughton, gets around him, and that's going to be a off the side netting. Defensive miscommunication there as Boardman thought the defenders were going for it. The defenders thought Boardman was going for it. It falls right to Isaac Forger, who had the goal at his mercy, but luckily for St. Christopher's, isn't able to put it in the goal. Another goal for Gonzaga could potentially put this game out of reach. So the Saints have to defend masterfully. And they're going to whistle a foul against the Eagles. It'll be Broughton standing over the free kick. He sends it in. It'll be hit away. Falls right back to Broughton. Tries to get it to Carson Stalker, but it'll be sent away by Gonzaga for another St. Christopher's throw-in. Here's Sutton Olsen, has his pass tipped, and will be slammed into the senior lot. They throw it in, looking for Bleacher. It falls towards Gordonier. He gets a touch on it. And here's Cade Cox with the keeper out of position. Sends it back towards the middle. Falls for Overstreet. He takes a bit of a heavy touch, and it'll be cleared away. Back to Bashara, who resets things back to the keeper as Boardman will send it long. And the offsides flag is up. Saints starting to threaten a bit in the second half. But the question, can they find those 2 goals? As that's a great run there. Getting by Mumford. And the shot corralled by Boardman. Overstreet over to Olsen, puts him under some pressure, and Boardman will send it away in the direction of Stalker, but about 20 feet over him. Bashara gets the first touch off the throw, and the Saints keeping it near the touchline as Stalker doing a good job. Still fighting for it near the touchline. They're going to call a foul somewhere. And they'll send this free kick long. Boardman and Hughes going for it. And Dougie Boardman ends up with the claim. Very aggressive there, but it pays off. As here's Cade Cox. Over to Gordonier. Lucas Gordonier's pass a bit off target. And Gonzaga looking to counter, but that pass was not ending up where it was intended. And it'll end up another throw for the Saints. Olsen. And this could be a dangerous counter, but it could have been if not for Max Mumford. Stalker to Tyler Overstreet. Over to Sutton Olsen. Gets it through. Mumford. Overstreet now. Prepares to send it across. It was low, and it was driven away. With Stalker now. Over to Olsen. And he gives it away. Gonzaga looking to counter. Sends it long. Boardman well out of his goal, and he's going to whiff. And Gonzaga's going to make it 4-1. Boardman with an aggressive challenge there, but he couldn't get to Charles Waller in time. So it's 4-1 Gonzaga now. Charles Waller putting on an incredible show tonight. Here is Waller again. Ivan Hughes gets by Mumford, gets by Olson, but a nice tackle from Overstreet as the Saints can counter. Gordonier sending it long for Jack Bleacher, but off target. Another long ball, and that's a beauty. As nice work there from Stalker. And Bashara sends it long, finds Bleacher. It's a great ball. Audio, please. Cade Cox over to Jack Bleacher. Bleacher sends it in, and Mason Groom sends it off the post. Had a wide open look at goal and couldn't finish it off.
That was an amazing story to tell for the first-year freshman.
Another chance missed by the Saints as the scoreline remains at 4-1. As Gardner Kaufman comes on and Sutton Olson comes off. Boardman will clear it away. And two Saints converge on the ball. None of them end up with it. And this is going to be a dangerous look for Gonzaga as they look to make it 5, but Saints do manage to end up getting it away. Forger sends it in. No one in the box as Broughton clears it. And this is another good look for Gonzaga. And they will not whistle for a penalty. At first, Cade Cox thought he had given one away, but they're going to say it was not enough contact on Noah Winder to justify a spot kick. Once again, the Saints just struggling to get it out of their own half of the field. All night it's felt like Gonzaga has been playing with 12 men. And Boardman cutting it close there as Ivan Hughes came crashing down, but he does just get it away in time. And Broughton puts in a long ball for Bleacher, and it was a very good one as Jack Bleacher has it just outside of the box. Bleacher cutting in, sends it back to Stalker, who flicks it into the box, and Groom's header goes wide right. Luke Ryan will come on. As Bashara slips, and this could be another for Gonzaga, and it will be. Eric Carey finishes it off, and it's 5-1 now. Just about everything that could have gone wrong has gone wrong for St. Christopher's as they trail 5-1 here on Massey Field. As Mumford sends it long, no one on the other end of it. Another long ball. Bashara gets his head to it. And Overstreet will send it out. Gonzaga throw. And it's loose out in front of goal, and Stalker just clears it away. It's nearly a sixth for Gonzaga. Winder. Felipe Masoko. Over to Nico McKee now. Be poked away. The shot from Masoko, and it's 6 for Gonzaga. Nothing Dougie Boardman could have done there as he placed it perfectly in the top right corner. Saints just unable to create anything. As here is Jack Bleacher. Bleacher's shot will be deflected out for a corner. Out-swinging corner will be hit out by Bashara, and it'll be a goal kick. There's another long ball put in, but they can't get on the end of it. And yet another good look for Gonzaga. Here's Feidenberg, but well over the bar. The Saints back line raised a lot of questions coming into the season after the graduations of Beckett Schofield and Kellen Welch, and so far there have not been many answers. Conceded 8 goals in about 155 minutes. And the expectation for this team every year is to be competing for a state championship. And unless they can shore up their back line, it's going to be hard with how things are going. And that'll be cleared away by Bashara. That's an amazing run here. And the flag goes up. It was an impressive save by Boardman nonetheless, as he wasn't aware that the flag was up. And Sutton Olsen comes back on as Luke Ryan goes to the bench. And another long ball put in, but Boardman out to claim it. Here's Bashara. Over to Jack Rickards. Another successful long ball. The Saints have been vulnerable to those all night. Xavier Baugh. Over to Cyrus Welch. Nico McKee. McKee for Braden Meeker. Tried to get it back to McKee, but overshot him a bit. It'll be a foul against Gonzaga. And Boardman comes out to claim that ball. And a nice throw to get it to Stalker. Gordonier sends it long, looking for Olsen. And he's going to connect on that pass. Sutton Olsen over to Jack Rickards. They're going to not play advantage. And Gordonier sends it into the box. And Crow will come out and claim it. Gonzaga still looking for a 7th. And nearly found it if it wasn't for a nice tackle from Avi Gupta. And the in-swinging corner, Bashara doesn't get a great touch on it, but does manage to knock it away. Another corner. This one goes longer. And they're going to give a goal kick. August Wood and Colin Wishnack come on. Even with the score how it is, the Saints just not able to keep the ball. It's a nice spin from Stalker, but the pass goes away. And Gonzaga looking for another. But some nice defending from Gardner Kaufman. The Saints going to look to counter. It's going to be a 3-on-4. Stalker over to Kaufman. As Gardner Kaufman slips, and they'll clear it away. It's Jack Rickards. Tries to send it through and finds August Wood, but a bit too much on that touch and gives it away. And they send it into the box. Bleacher trying to get on the end of it. He manages to control it. Jack Bleacher. Over to Jack Rickards now. Rickards cutting through defenders. Tries to get it to Kaufman, but the pass intercepted. The Gonzaga does now give it right back to Bleacher. And they're going to whistle Bleacher for a foul there. Gonzaga still searching for their 7th. And no foul whistled there. Really nice work from Gonzaga as they send it into the box, but the header falls right to Boardman. Here's Stalker. Here's Wishnack, cutting inside. Back to Gardner Kaufman. Over to Sutton Olsen, who fires. And I believe that was tipped. Gonzaga still searching for another goal. Things have cooled down in the last 20 or so minutes since they scored their 6th. Here's Sutton Olsen shoved down. I think everyone on the pitch expected a whistle except for the referee. Nico McKee. And intercepted by Stalker. He's going to look to run. Carson Stalker through to Jack Bleacher. And overshot him. And a man down for the Saints. Steven Bashara. I think his hamstrings might have tightened up on him. And another long ball put in there. And they're going to get by the Saints defense. That's some really nice recovery, however, by Beckett Scallion. And they'll send in the cross, but goes right to Connor Welch, excuse me. Almost said Kellen Welch, but he graduated last year. Had a very successful campaign in both basketball and soccer. It's a really nice turn there, but Hayes Carithers with the tackle. As Gordonier sends it long for Bleacher, and just out of the reach. Here's Matthew Noble. He goes down and will be whistled for a foul. Scallion. And he gives it away. Gardner Kaufman racing for it, but he can't come up with it. And Gonzaga nearly had another look at a goal, but Kaufman does clear it away. Looking ahead for the Saints, their next game on Tuesday as they go on the road to face Bishop O'Connell. As in swinging corner, cleared away by Kaufman. As they send it in, but Welch is there. Time waning in this game, and it's going to end as one to forget for St. Christopher's. We'll be back in action on Tuesday at Bishop O'Connell as they look to rebound off a very tough defeat. As they'll send it into the box, but Welch, nice job getting over and getting there. And the clock hits 90 minutes. Still a little bit of added time, but with how the score looks, I'm sure not much. It'll be cleared away. It'll fall to Hayes Carithers. And his pass off target. And they'll send another cross in. That's going to be a foul going against Gonzaga. And here's another look for Gonzaga, and it's going to be 7 as Braden Meeker finishes it off, and he'll probably blow it dead after this. Here's Scallion, gets it to Gordonier. Nice touch from Lucas Gordonier. And the Saints look to get a consolation goal. As here's Matthew Noble. He sends it in, and it'll be claimed. Whistles blow and full time here at Massey Field. Gonzaga comes in and looks very impressive as they win 7-1. Thank you all for tuning in. Our next stream tomorrow as Varsity Football welcomes Episcopal.